Hello, guys! Welcome back to English Learning Podcast. I'm really happy you're here today. In this episode, you're going to learn two powerful things at the same time. First, you'll discover the life-changing ideas from one of the most talked about relationship books, How to Not Die Alone by Logan Ury. And second, while listening to this episode, you'll naturally improve your English listening, vocabulary, pronunciation, and speaking confidence. So you're not just listening to a book summary, you're training your English brain at the same time. I'll speak slowly and clearly using simple English, so don't worry if you don't understand every word the first time. Just relax, listen carefully, and let your English improve naturally. Chapter 1. Why so many people stay single. Now, my friends, let's begin with the first and one of the most important ideas in this book. Before Logan Ury teaches us how to find the right partner, she asks us one simple question. Why do so many people stay single? At first, the answer seems easy. Some people say, I haven't met the right person yet. Others say, I'm just unlucky. And some people believe, maybe love isn't meant for me. But according to Logan Ury, these answers usually hide a much deeper truth. Very often, the biggest problem isn't a lack of opportunities. The biggest problem is the way we make decisions. Let me say that again. The biggest problem isn't a lack of opportunities. It's the way we make decisions. Many people are looking for love, but they don't really know how they are looking. They repeat the same habits, they choose the same type of people, they ignore the same warning signs, and then they wonder why nothing changes.
Let's make it simple. Imagine you're trying to find a new job. Every day, you send your resume to the wrong companies. Would you expect a different result? Probably not. Dating works in a very similar way. If you keep making the same choices, you'll often get the same results. Changing your future begins with changing your choices. New vocabulary. Today's important word is pattern. Pattern means something that happens again and again in the same way. For example, every time David starts a relationship, he stops communicating after a few weeks. That is a pattern. Now, say it with me. Pattern. One more time. Pattern. Remember this word. We'll hear it many times in today's episode.
Now, ask yourself a question. Do you think you've ever repeated the same mistake more than once? Maybe not only in relationships, maybe in friendships, at work, or even while learning English. Many English learners keep making one common mistake. They wait until they feel confident before speaking. But confidence doesn't come first. Practice comes first. Confidence comes later. Relationships often work the same way. Growth begins when we notice our habits. Another important word. The next word is awareness. Awareness means understanding what is really happening. It means seeing something clearly. For example, after reading this book, James became aware of his dating habits. He finally understood what he had been doing. Awareness is the first step toward change, because you cannot change something until you can clearly see it.
Chapter 2. The hidden mindset that shapes your love life. Why do intelligent people keep making the same dating mistakes? Why do some people always chase the wrong partner, while others are afraid to get close to anyone? According to Logan Ury, the answer often comes from something much deeper. It comes from your dating tendency. A dating tendency is your natural way of thinking and acting when it comes to love. Most people don't even know they have one. Yet this hidden mindset quietly influences almost every relationship they have. Today, we'll look at 3 common dating tendencies described in the book. As you listen, ask yourself, which one sounds most like me? Dating tendency number 1, the romanticizer. Let's start with the first type, the romanticizer. This person believes that love should happen naturally. They believe that when they meet the one, everything will feel perfect. No effort, no difficult conversations, no misunderstandings. just perfect chemistry. At first, this idea sounds beautiful. Movies tell us this story, TV shows tell us this story, social media tells us this story. But real life is very different. Healthy relationships don't grow because two perfect people meet. Healthy relationships grow because two imperfect people choose to understand each other. New vocabulary. Today's first word is chemistry. In science, chemistry is about substances and reactions. But in relationships, chemistry means a natural feeling of attraction and connection between two people. For example, they had great chemistry on their first date. Now repeat after me. Chemistry. One more time. Chemistry. Excellent. A simple example. Imagine Sarah goes on a date. The conversation is good, the man is kind, he listens carefully, he respects her. But Sarah thinks, I didn't feel fireworks, so she never sees him again. A few months later, she meets someone who creates instant excitement. Everything feels magical. But after only 3 weeks, the relationship becomes stressful. The man is unreliable, he doesn't keep his promises, he disappears for days. Sarah mistakes excitement for compatibility.
The biggest lesson. So, which tendency is the most dangerous? Actually, none of them. The real danger is not knowing your tendency. Because when you understand your natural habits, you can change them. A romanticizer can learn to value consistency instead of excitement. A maximizer can stop chasing perfection. A hesitator can stop waiting for the perfect moment. Awareness gives you the power to choose differently. Let's remember. Today, we learned 3 important dating tendencies. The romanticizer believes perfect love should happen naturally. The maximizer keeps searching for someone better. The hesitator keeps waiting until life feels perfect. Different tendencies, different mistakes, but they all lead to the same result. They make finding love much harder than it needs to be. Now, here's something fascinating. Even if you understand your dating tendency, you can still choose the wrong partner. Why? Because our brains often judge people in ways we don't even realize. We reject someone amazing in the first 5 minutes. And sometimes we become deeply attracted to someone who is completely wrong for us. Chapter 3. Why your brain often chooses the wrong person. Many people stay single because they repeat invisible patterns. Then we discovered the 3 dating tendencies: the romanticizer, the maximizer, and the hesitator. But now we arrive at another fascinating question. Can you really know someone in just a few minutes? Many people believe the answer is yes. They say, I knew immediately that this person wasn't right for me. Or the moment I saw them, I knew they were the one. But according to Logan Ury, our first impression is not always the truth. Sometimes our brain makes a decision before we even know the person, and that decision can be completely wrong. Your brain loves shortcuts. Let's make it simple. Your brain makes thousands of decisions every day. If it carefully analyzed every single situation, you would become mentally exhausted. So your brain creates shortcuts. These shortcuts help you make quick decisions. Sometimes they are useful, but sometimes they stop you from seeing reality, especially in dating. New vocabulary. Today's first word is bias. A bias is a way of thinking that is unfair or not completely accurate. It is like wearing glasses that change what you see. For example, his bias made him judge people too quickly. Repeat after me. Bias. One more time. Bias. Excellent. Remember this word because much of today's chapter is about hidden biases. A real-life story. Let me tell you about Alex. Alex went on a date with a woman named Rachel.
She wasn't the most exciting person he had ever met. She wasn't trying to impress him. She wasn't telling dramatic stories. She simply listened. She smiled. She asked thoughtful questions. When the date ended, Alex thought, she's nice, but I didn't feel anything special. His friends encouraged him to meet her one more time, so he agreed. The second date felt warmer. The third date felt easier. By the fifth date, they laughed naturally. They trusted each other. Today, they've been happily married for several years. If Alex had trusted only his first impression, he would have walked away from one of the best relationships of his life. New vocabulary. Today's next word is compatibility. Compatibility means two people work well together. They respect each other. They solve problems together. They enjoy building a future together. Chapter 4. Great relationships are built through better conversations. What makes someone fall in love and stay in love? Many people think the answer is beauty. Some believe it's money. Others believe it's having the perfect personality. But according to Logan Ury, those things are not the strongest foundation of a healthy relationship. One simple skill matters much more: the ability to have meaningful conversations. Let me say that again. Great relationships are built through great conversations. Not perfect conversations, honest conversations. Talking is not the same as connecting. Let's make it simple. Imagine two friends sitting in a coffee shop. They talk for 2 hours, but the whole conversation is about the weather, movies, and what they ate for lunch. Now imagine another pair of friends. They also talk for 2 hours, but they discuss their dreams, their fears, their childhood, their biggest mistakes, their future. Both groups talked for the same amount of time, but only one group built a deep connection. You see, talking is easy. Connecting is different. New vocabulary. Today's first word is connection. A connection is a close feeling of understanding and trust between people. For example, good communication creates a stronger connection. Now, repeat after me. Connection. One more time. Connection. Excellent. Remember, people don't fall in love because they talk a lot. They fall in love because they feel understood. English learning connection. Now, let's connect this lesson to your English. Many English learners worry too much about grammar. They think, I can't speak until my English becomes perfect. But communication isn't about perfect grammar. It's about sharing ideas. Imagine two people. One speaks perfect English, but never listens. The other makes grammar mistakes, but asks thoughtful questions and listens carefully. Who do you think people enjoy talking to? Usually, the second person, because communication is about connection, not perfection. Chapter 5. Stop looking for the perfect person. Start looking for the right person. The difference between attraction and compatibility. Let's make it simple. Imagine you're buying a beautiful house. From the outside, everything looks perfect. Fresh paint, modern design, a beautiful garden. But after moving in, you discover serious problems. The roof leaks, the walls have cracks, the electricity doesn't work properly. The outside looked wonderful, but the foundation was weak. Relationships can be exactly the same. Someone may be attractive, funny, confident, exciting, but those qualities alone cannot build a lasting relationship. Real love needs something deeper. New vocabulary. Today's first word is compatibility. We've heard this word before. Now let's understand it more deeply. Compatibility means two people fit well together. They share similar values. They solve problems together. They respect each other's differences. For example, They had different hobbies, but they had strong compatibility because they respected each other. Now repeat after me. Compatibility. Excellent. Remember, attraction may start a relationship. Compatibility helps it last. Don't date your fantasy. Many people create a perfect partner inside their imagination. Maybe they want someone who is rich, very funny, very attractive, always confident, always romantic, always available, always perfect. But here's the problem. That person doesn't exist. Real people have strengths. Real people also have weaknesses. The goal is not to find someone without flaws. The goal is to find someone whose flaws you can accept, and who accepts yours too.
English Learning Connection. Let's connect today's lesson to your English journey. Many learners spend months searching for the perfect course, the perfect teacher, the perfect app, the perfect method. But successful learners don't wait for perfection. They choose one good method and they stay consistent. Relationships work the same way. Don't spend your whole life searching for perfection. Spend your time building something meaningful. Ask yourself, now I'd like you to think about this question. If you removed appearance, money, social status, and popularity, what qualities would still matter most to you? Would you choose kindness, respect, honesty, patience? Think about your answer, because your answer says a lot about the future you want to build.
Complete book summary. My friends, we've reached the end of today's journey. But before we say goodbye, let's take one final moment to remember everything we've learned together. Because knowledge becomes powerful only when we remember it and apply it. So, let's walk through this journey one last time. Lesson number 1. We learned that many people don't stay single because they can't find love. They stay single because they keep repeating the same hidden patterns. The first step toward change is awareness. When you understand your habits, you gain the power to change them. Remember, you can't change what you don't notice. Lesson number 2. We discovered the 3 dating tendencies. The romanticizer waits for a perfect fairy tale. The maximizer keeps searching for someone even better. The hesitator keeps waiting until life feels perfect. Different habits, but the same result. They delay happiness. The lesson is simple. Don't wait for perfection. Choose progress.
Lesson number 3. We learned that first impressions can fool us. A quick spark doesn't always become lasting love. Sometimes, the best people are the ones we almost overlook. So don't ask, did I feel excitement in 5 minutes? Ask, how do I feel after spending real time with this person? Because trust, respect, and friendship grow slowly. Lesson number 4. We discovered that meaningful conversations build meaningful relationships. Talking is easy. Listening is powerful. Instead of trying to impress people, become curious about them. Ask questions. Listen carefully. Show empathy. Because every person wants one simple feeling. They want to feel understood.
Lesson number 5. We learned how to choose the right partner. Don't look only at appearance. Don't look only at excitement. Don't look only at chemistry. Look for kindness, respect, honesty, shared values, and someone who helps you become a better person. Remember, the right partner isn't perfect. The right partner is someone willing to grow with you. Lesson number 6. We learned that conflict is not the enemy. Every healthy relationship has disagreements. The difference is, healthy couples don't fight against each other. They fight for each other. Instead of asking, who's right? Ask, how can we solve this together? Because relationships aren't about winning arguments. They're about protecting the connection.
Before you leave,
I'd like to ask you one final question. 5 years from now, when you look back at your life, will you be waiting for the perfect moment? Or will you be grateful that you started changing today? Every meaningful relationship, every meaningful dream, and every meaningful journey begins with one small decision. Maybe today is that decision for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.